Today I met a new friend, a friend that actually feels like we've had a relationship for a long time. Um, we were able to skip the small talk and just go in deep, straight, straight from the bat, and that was really refreshing to talk about the things that truly matter to me, truly matter to them. To talk about our goals, our dreams, our struggles. It was it was powerful, and it made me realize that there was a period in my life not so long ago where I felt like I didn't have much of a community of people that were all working on themselves, who were striving for more, who wanted to understand themselves and the world, heal any wounds, and show up with intention, attention, and energy. And I thought that a key component to me thriving was having those people in my life. And to an extent, that is true. But what I've realized is that in order to be in the position where you attract people that are on that frequency, that are on that vibe, you yourself need to already be doing the work. You need to have already done some work, have put into practice, put into action the things that you talk about. Because so many people talk. A lot of people just talk and never do. Pardon me. But when you come across certain individuals and you've already clearly put work in, you are able to connect quickly, deeply, because you can both recognize that you and that person are both on the same wavelength. You both are doing it. You're putting in the work. And it's not work in terms of grueling, difficult. I mean, some bits of it are, but it's work that you both want to do. And then when you do put the work in, and then you come across these other people that are also doing the same, and you connect, you enhance each other. And you do this enough times, and you can build a community of people who are thriving. That is one of my main goals, is to have a life full of amazing people who are all living their best self, living their best lives, being their best selves, and are open to change, are ready to talk about the things that they care about: values, missions, goals, community. Today felt like a taste of what is more to come. And I'm excited to build myself, to build a group, to build a community that is centered around just thriving. I'm so grateful. So grateful for life. It took a while to get adjusted from moving over to Australia. And not just, because you're in a new place and a new environment and you've got all of those challenges, but just figuring out what I wanted to do with myself. One of my last videos, or probably is my last video, was titled "I'm Lost and Confused," and that was very much true. Um, since then, I've done, I went to Bali to meet a friend. Hopefully, a video coming out soon. And when I got back from that, I was just in a completely different headspace. I felt motivated. I was ready to, you know, stop playing small and start taking action. And here we are today. I'm feeling focused, aligned, ready to hit the ground running. And all of that confusion, that brain fog, was all, it felt like it was just a product of my decisions. Spending so much time on my phone, not spending enough time creating, being outdoors, really working on the parts of my life that I care the most about. I actually heard something earlier today and said that most people don't have mental health problems. What they actually have is a lack of alignment. How can you expect to not feel anxious or sad or depressed when you constantly make decisions that go against what you truly want? And that really hit home because it's true. Often, a lot of the things that we experience are a product of our decisions. You stay up late, so you wake up midday, you're feeling groggy, you're not energized, you've already feel like you've wasted time. You eat the junk food instead of the healthy snacks, and you feel drained. You made the decision, bro. You make all of your decisions. You have complete responsibility over your life. And I'm talking to myself more than anyone here. I stay in situations much longer than situations that I know do not align with me, that make me feel anxious, dysregulated. You get the point. I stay in those situations long because I choose the devil that I know. Because sometimes discomfort can be comfortable. We can be comfortable in the discomfort because it's what we know. But it's also what we choose. And if you really want to create the life that you want, you have to choose differently. You have to choose yourself. What does that mean? To choose yourself. You already know the answer. You always have had the answers. Your intuition, which is simply inner tuition, right? Your inner guide already knows exactly what you need to do right now. You might not have a 5-year plan. You might not have any idea what you want to do in 6 months, let alone 6 years. But what you need right here and now, maybe it's a big deep breath. Maybe it's to stretch. Maybe it's to go out and look at the sun. If you can connect to yourself, if you can bring awareness back into your life and then act on that without delay, you are going to see changes. Because it doesn't happen all at once. It happens in those small little moments constantly. And the more small moments that you have where you choose yourself, that creates these massive compounding effects. I might have rambled here. Can't really remember if there was much of a point. But that's all I have for you. I love you. Peace.